Hello, welcome to Dance Ministry Education. Today we are talking about phrasing. All right, so I want to mix phrasing and sequencing into one. They kind of go together. Phrasing is the movement itself. It's what people refer to as just the choreography of something. You know, movement 1, movement 2 to movement 3. You know, you have the movement. Whether you're calling it phrasing, choreography, or movement, it is all in the same. To have a phrase, you need 2 or more movements with the transitions included. So you have formations like an outline, a blueprint, you got transitions. It's kind of hard to separate transitions and phrasing just because they go hand in hand. Like you cannot create a phrase without incorporating transitions. So to have a phrase, you want to have a minimum of 2 movements with transitions. Whether you're transitioning in, transitioning out, or transitioning between the 2 movements. Like how are you transitioning? That becomes a phrase. So you want to think about phrasing. Like I definitely want this movement in the dance. Somewhere, don't know where, but somewhere. Like the sentence metaphor that we were using in the last video, it has to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. So you can't just cram things however they can cram and fit things wherever you think they can kind of fit. You want it to make sense. You want it to flow. You want it to be logical. As I was watching the video, if I had known nothing about dance composition, I would still be very confused as to what phrasing was. So we're gonna put together a phrase for the second verse of this song. I know the main words I wanna hit. One of the main words I wanna hit is move. So we'll put a spin there because that's just like the easiest thing to do and to put into a dance. So move in my own life took me from dusty roads into paradise. So I know I want to do something with dusty roads, maybe over here, and then paradise. Actually, no, we should do dusty roads towards the back and then go towards the front with paradise, right? So I know I want to do something here for dusty roads, and I know I want to come up here for paradise. What am I gonna do? I don't know. I'm just kind of laying out the structure. All of my dirt, all of my shame. I know for shame, I really want to do this. Oh, that's like my favorite thing to do. So I know that's for shame. Drowned in the river that made me born again. So I have to do something that's gonna come down in order for me to come back up for born again. We haven't gotten into choreographic tools. That's actually coming next week. One of those choreographic tools is word association, and that's usually the easiest one to do just because you just have to go with the lyrics of the music. So we're gonna use word association. So I've seen it move in my own life. You can go very literal. I'm gonna do something a little bit more contemporary and modern because that's my favorite dance style. So I'm gonna see, move in my own life. From here, I have to go turn backwards to dusty roads. I know I have to turn, so from here, I turn. What if I just run back? Dusty roads into paradise, right? That's just very simple. From here, we gotta do all of my dirt, all of my shame, and I gotta let's roll that way, just because I just came from back there. So let's roll diagonally. So all of the dirt come up to all of my shame. So for drown, let's just do something that goes to the floor. What if we just drowned? I'm very close to the wall for what I wanna do. So, okay, so let's do here shame, then drowned, come over. Let's come. Now I'm not very good at this, but I'm gonna do it because I love this movement. So we're just gonna hop up for a born again. That little jump up is a little awkward, it's a little forced. Let me try it with music.
I've seen it move in my own life, took me from dusty roads into paradise. All of my dirt, all of my shame, drowned in the streams that have made me born again. Like a tide, it is.
So hopefully you can kind of see there how I framed it with formations, more or less where I wanted to go. Then I kind of put some transitions in, some filler moves in to help it. And then, sorry, I'm out of breath, because I feel like when I recorded the video, I didn't give a lot of explanation as to what it is and how to do it and all this fun stuff. So I hope this kind of filled in those blanks. Part of phrasing is sequencing. And sequencing is essentially editing. It's thinking about a variation of the phrases. Maybe you do movement 1, movement 2, and movement 3. But say you also like the idea of movement 2, movement 1, and then 3 or 3, 2, 1 in different variations of it. When you think about it, You've already established formations. You've made transitions for those formations. You've established phrasing and choreography and put transitions to those. And now you want to go into sequencing, where you want to edit. Like, you know what? I don't really like this here. We're going to move it over here. When I choreograph a chorus, or I choreograph the phrase for the chorus, I usually make it for the middle, that middle or second chorus. Most songs have like 3 choruses. So I usually choreograph it for the middle chorus. And then I simplify it and put the simplified version of the chorus in the beginning, and then completely dramatize, that's not a word, dramatically enhance that choreography, that phrase, and then put it in the third one. So it starts off simple, then it's neutral, and then it just like, pow, it's big, it's elaborate, it's fun, it's energetic, so it kind of builds up. I like doing that. And that's part of sequencing. It's a copy, a cut, a paste, delete. It's all this fun stuff. It's just like moving things around and putting it in this really fun, cohesive flow. It's so exciting. I love composition so much, and I wish that more dance ministers were more excited about composing the dances and not just being in front of people and dancing in your pretty costumes. And that just makes me so sad, because I love composition and choreography so much. Let's put together a little thingy. Let's say you have a formation of so I keep doing a circle because it's just easy to make with my hands. So let's think of a circle. You have the formation, then you have a transition that you want them to go into a line, right? You found that transition from circle to a line, or to 2 lines. We'll say 2 lines because my hands are going separate. Then you find phrasing that can be done in the circle, then you transition, and then you have phrasing going on over here. And you've edited it so that it can do that. Now maybe you found that this phrasing here in this circle doesn't really work, but it actually works pretty nice when they're just standing in 2 different lines. And then this choreography here that they were doing in this one might work better for the circle, or might just work better somewhere else. And sometimes, heartbreakingly, it doesn't work for the dance at all. Sometimes you're just gonna have to like put it in your back pocket and save it for another dance. And that's okay. It's part of the editing process. And this is the thing with composition. A lot of praise dance leaders will wait until they're in front of their group, or that they're with their group, to start composing pieces. Now you can do it in pieces. I'm not saying you have to have everything like down to the T and completely finished. You can't go to rehearsal and have absolutely nothing. If you want them to be part of the process, I would include them in the phrasing, not the sequencing, not formations, not transitions, just in the phrasing. When you have too many minds, it becomes a big, huge mess. Take the leads, take those reins, and really lead, and really take initiative. Phrasing, choreography, sequencing, edit that puppy as much as you possibly can before moving on to the next stage. We're basically done with stage 1. We had the formations, we had transitions, and then we had phrasing, which subcategory had sequencing. There was a subcategory to the subcategory, which was kind of fun. Next week we're going into stage 2, and the first topic or subcategory we are going into is choreographic tools, which I love. Once you've done all of the framework, you get to play in stage 2, and choreographic tools, it's one of my favorite things. So stay tuned. I will see you next time. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.